Hey everyone, I'm Arushi Gandhi and I'm a sophomore at MIT Manipal. I've developed a data analytics platform called Analysa, keeping with the second problem statement of English 2022. So, what is Analysa? Analysa is basically the platform that you want to be on if you're someone in the automobile industry and want to know enough data to make informed decisions about your car journey. So basically, Analysa tells you everything that you need to know. It tells you about the popular body types. It tells you about the popular fuel types. It tells you about what prices are more prevalent, what cars are prevalent within a company, and yada, yada, yada. So in order to do this, I've used Next.js for the front end with a bunch of libraries. Like I've used Andy as my UI library. I've used React Query for API integration. I've used recharts for all the charts and stuff that you will be seeing on my dashboard. And I've used Express.js and Node.js for all the logic that goes behind that pretty UI. And I've used MongoDB as my database. I've used a data set that was given to us by the Ace Hacker team that had about 1,273 cars with more than 150 attributes. And I've tried to harness the power of that really intense data set to come up with something that's hopefully very useful. So this is a landing page that I've made for Analysa. It gives you an idea. It tells you about that it's about data analysis and that it's about cars. So very intuitive. Then it tells you about a few features. And this is about the development journey that I've followed over the past 4 weeks. So something that you can always read. So let's just go into the dashboard quickly. So the data is loading and it's here. So this is the aspect that tells you about the popularity of cars within each attribute. So if you talk about the fuel types, what are the popular fuel types? Petrol is pretty popular. We've got 643 cars in the data set that have the petrol fuel type within 1270. So pretty good margin. So you can get to know about that and a lot more just by clicking on this modal, and you get an in-depth analysis of everything that we've discussed. Same thing with body styles, where you get to know that 447 cars of SUV. So just by looking at this, you can compare, is an SUV more popular or an MPV? And obviously it's an SUV. So same thing with engine location and number of years. So now this is a part that I really enjoyed making, where you can click on this drop down and you get a list of companies. And when you click on those companies, you'll get the popular cars of that company. So over here, 3 cars in Mitsubishi. Let's go to Jaguar, and we have 5 cars, and you can get to know more about them by hovering on. So this is a list of cars. This table basically spews out 20 cars at random, and you can click on them and you can get to know more about that car. So another fun aspect. And this tells you about the price of those cars, where it graphs out price of 10 cars, and you can just take a look and get to know about the average price. So being part of any industry requires you to know about the customer. So it's true for the automobile industry. So over here, you get to know about the customer through their preferred body type, through their preferred car type. So you can click on this and you can get to know about the list of car types that we have. So let's say we talk about sedan. So we get to know instantly that about 3 on 10, or that is about 30% of the cars are the selected sort from the data set. This is some web scraping that I've done where I've created write-ups for each of these body types, and you get to know about a little bit about the customer. You get to know about the average price and the number of cars. So let's go to the specifics aspect of it. So this tells you about the popular car combinations that we have. So what specifications are popular and so on and so forth. So this carousel tells you this. This is an interesting aspect where you can fill in 2 forms with attributes for each car number 1 and car number 2, and you can get to know the similarity. So all of these are attributes. Let's say I change this, I submit this form, and I get a similarity of 84%. This page is something that I really enjoyed making. I used something called React Flow to make this, where this basically emulates a Figma or a Kanban board of sorts, where if anyone in the automobile industry wants to plan out the future of their car families, want to plan out a release, then they can do so using this particular page. So where they can just name their car family. Let's say they want to name it Analysa. They can name their car, they can name their fuel type, they can say if they want petrol or not. They can add more nodes, and they can connect these nodes to older nodes, and so on and so forth. And that's why I enjoyed this page. So I hope you enjoyed my demonstration, and I hope it was helpful to you and it was intuitive to you. I'd like to thank the Ace Hacker team and my mentors for an incredible 4 weeks. Thank you much.